Forget everything you think you know about computers. Today, we are diving into the OS that's way more like a customizable weapon than just a simple tool. This is why hackers use Linux.
You've seen this a million times, right? The hacker in the movie, fingers flying across the keyboard, staring at that black screen with glowing text. And there's never, ever a mouse in sight. So, what's the deal with that?
Well, it's because they're not playing in the same sandbox as everybody else. They are in a digital world that's been built from the ground up for one thing and one thing only: total control.
Okay, here's probably the best way to think about it. Using Windows or Mac OS is kind of like driving a fancy luxury car, but the hood is welded shut. Sure, it's comfy, but you can't see the engine, you can't touch it. Linux, though, that's a kit car in your garage. You get every single part, and if you feel like swapping the engine for a jet turbine, you can actually do it.
And that right there is the key. Hackers, and we're talking about the professional cybersecurity folks here, they need total control over their machine. I mean, down to the deepest, most fundamental levels. Windows tries to protect you from yourself, but Linux just assumes you're the boss and hands you the keys to the entire kingdom. So come on, let's pop that hood and see what makes this engine so incredibly special. It all starts with this one idea called open source.
In a nutshell, open source means the actual blueprints for the software are out there for everyone to look at. No secrets. You can personally inspect every single line of code, understand exactly how it works, and even change it to fit what you need to do.
And this is the fundamental difference, right? With a closed source system like Windows, you have to trust the company. You just have to. With Linux, you don't have to trust anyone because you can verify everything for yourself. And for security, that transparency is an absolute game changer.
Now, I know what you might be thinking. Doesn't that let the bad guys find the flaws? And yeah, it does. But here's the thing. It also lets thousands of good guys, the entire global security community, find and fix those same flaws at lightning speed. It's this constant battle, all fought right out in the open.
So if Linux in general is the kit car, what do the pros drive? Oh, they drive the Formula One version. It's called Kali Linux, and it's an OS built for one single purpose: cybersecurity. I love this quote because it's so true. Instead of you having to go out and find and install your tools one by one, Kali Linux just gives you this complete, professional-grade workshop right out of the box. Everything you could possibly need for any mission is already installed and ready to go. And that's the key here. Kali is a specialist distro, or distribution. It's a special flavor of Linux that is just jam-packed with hundreds of tools for things like penetration testing and digital forensics. This is professional tooling at its absolute best. And here's just a tiny taste of what's inside that toolkit. You've got Nmap for scanning networks, Metasploit for launching exploits, John the Ripper for cracking passwords. The list just goes on, and each one of these is the best-in-class tool for its specific job. Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room. That scary-looking black screen. This isn't something to be afraid of. No. This is the source of a hacker's true power. The terminal, or what they call the command line interface, is where the real work happens. I know it looks basic, but trust me, it's an instrument of unbelievable precision, speed, and raw power. Just think about a really simple task, like checking your network configuration. With a normal graphical interface, you're going to click, and then you click again, and you navigate to another menu, and you click again. It takes forever. In the terminal, you type one command, ifconfig, hit enter, boom, done. We're talking half a second. The efficiency is just on a completely different planet. So why does the terminal win every single time? Well, one, it's insanely fast. Two, it lets you do powerful automation. You can write a little script to try 5,000 passwords in a few seconds. You just can't do that with a mouse. And three, it uses almost zero system resources, which leaves all of your computer's power for the actual job at hand. And all this power brings us to something called root. The root user, well, it's basically God mode on your computer. In Windows, even if you're an administrator, the system will stop you from deleting critical files. But in Linux, if you're root, the system respects your command, even if that command is to delete the entire operating system. It's the definition of ultimate power and ultimate responsibility. So let's bring all this together. Using Linux for security isn't just about the software. It's a completely different way of thinking about and interacting with a computer. It's a mindset that demands an environment that is infinitely customizable,
perfectly tailored to whatever mission you're on.
And above all, it's a mindset that requires ultimate control over every single packet, every process, and every permission on the entire system. So think of it like this, like a power system in an anime. First, you master the fundamentals, that's the command line, and then you start unlocking all these specialized abilities, the hundreds of tools, to build a power set that's totally unique to you and whatever your mission is. So I'll just leave you with this one question. After everything we've talked about, if your digital life was a car you depend on every single day, would you really want the hood welded shut? See you in the next video.